just have to kind of signal to me if the signal gets a little shoddy.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. They have pretty good Wi-Fi here, so I'm on their guest Wi-Fi, and I'm in a conference room. I don't think I'll get kicked out.
That's good. Well, you know, I mean, that's awesome. Okay, so we're live now.
Okay, perfect. But we'll talk, and then I'll take you outside.
Yeah. We got Helen Grenier is on from iRobot. I just got one of your Roombas, Helen. We're super happy with it. Anyway.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, there you go. So basically, just to introduce the fellow I've got on the screen here, this is Joe Scully. He's the MC / announcer / so should you describe what you're doing?
Well, basically, I'm the race director for XDC2, which is the second event with Xtreme Drone Circuit here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So it's two people that are basically the top two chairs of XDC Racing. Harrison Gale, who his family is pretty tied into Las Vegas. They're in media companies and so forth. So he's a local, and then Lisa Hendricks, who I think she lives maybe in Henderson, so pretty much Las Vegas. That's like the Brampton to our Toronto back home, right? And she works in entertainment. She has a little bit of a Canadian connection, as she used to manage and work concerts with Sass Jordan, who's one of our neighbors up in the north there, Patrick. So they put together this event, and Zappos, which is the online shopping company with the parent Amazon, they're our title sponsor, and they're one of the many partners, including downtown Las Vegas. So it's this whole initiative, and the vision, the goal, it's not on a website, but we know it, is that XDC Racing wants to put Las Vegas as the epicenter for drone racing in the world. And it sounds like a crazy goal, but when you actually look at things like Monster Jam, Monster Energy Supercross, Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, the Professional Bull Riders, they all have their world championships here in Las Vegas. So, it doesn't have to be a world championship, but can be world caliber. And in just a little bit, you'll see that they have definitely, I think, hit the mark. Like this,
yeah.
What I'm going to show you, what you're going to see is nothing like it, nothing like their first out of the chute, and definitely pretty much anyone and everyone that is following FPV racing, drone racing, knows and have seen what we're in the middle of here in Las Vegas, and it's outstanding.
Yeah. Now, what's obviously being held alongside the CES? Are you getting a lot of extra attention as a result of that?
Yeah, the timing is good, and we're getting a bunch of people. It's actually helped with our pilot numbers. I find that there are pilots that, everyone's, other than the 5 pilots that won their way at the multi-GP championships in December, everyone's pretty much paid their own way to get down here.
So those five pilots were paid for their flights and admissions and everything?
Yeah, that's what they won. That was their grand prize, the top 5 at the multi-GP race. So I know that's Night Fury Sean Taylor, who was the XDC1 champion. That was Brain Drain. I think Cody Matson, who was a GoPro race winner. There's 5 of them. I know McFly, McKenna, McClure. These are Voodoo Quad guys that we met in Atlanta. That they're great buddies of ours now. So there are 5 pilots that they earned their way, and everyone else flew their own way. And as we know, with our tenure here with multi-rotor and FPV, a lot of these people work in tech capacities. So there's easily 5 pilots that are here. Their companies are paying them to come down and work at booth in CES. And the majority of our championship racing is after 5 o'clock here at the Zappos Arena. And so they're working their booth. They're coming over here and racing. So they're
awesome.
Double jipping, as it were. But so
how many?
Seeing some people. I mean, all the promotion and stuff, so forth, is for Saturday night as our main event. Now,
right.
Yesterday, the course was late. It rained a pot. Setup was way behind, so I don't think we didn't start flying until maybe 5 o'clock yesterday. But I mean, we were in the building, we were working, and so we went from 5 o'clock to 1 a.m. here at Zappos. I mean, nonstop.
How many pilots have you had registered total?
So the number we have is 77, and there's a few that haven't made it and so forth. But we had I think about 55 yesterday do practice sessions.
And how many events have each of the pilots signed up for? So total number of events.
So the way that we're doing it here is we separated it. Yesterday was supposed to be practice in a GoPro race. We just did practice right through. Today, starting at noon our time here, we're going to start with the 4-inch qualifiers. Then tonight we start about 5 o'clock with the mains. We'll take our top field into our championship races for 4-inch props, and then tonight we'll do a GoPro race. The GoPro race I think was it was second highest. The 4-inch props was our shortest class, and it still had 60 some odd pilots.
So define GoPro race for me.
It's basically a quad that you fly FPV, and you put a GoPro on it or a portable camera that's capable of doing 1080 at 60 frames per second, and you fly the course. And
but there's latency with compression there, though, isn't there? In that particular case,
that's an onboard. Like, you have to carry an onboard, and you have to hand your SD card over to our tech team after your heat.
Yes.
And so, but basically, it's an open class. You have to have that GoPro on there. So
right.
A little bit of challenge with weight, and so that does play into it.
Well, it's going to be a better edit though after, right? As well.
Exactly. So I mean, we really wanted to see what course looked like and so forth. And I mean, and this isn't just for fun either. Like, this event, it's Las Vegas, right? Like,
yeah.
You don't just come to have a good time. And if you do, go to Disney World. Don't come to Vegas, because it's Sin City. There's so much stuff to do, and you have a chance to win big in Vegas. So even with the XDC races, I think they gave out like $5,000 at XDC1. We're giving out $10,000 in cash.
That's insane. That's insane.
So I think the winner of the GoPro race is going to get $1,500. Second gets $1,000. That's just in the GoPro race. Our championship in the open class will be $2,500 to the winner, and I think we're paying like 7 places. So lots of opportunity to make some money here. So going for big cash.
Awesome.
I mean, it's not $1 million like Dubai thinks that they're going to do at some point this century. And, it's not like the drone worlds in Hawaii where they're going to do 200,000. This is a 1-weekend throwdown showdown. And, top pilot, if he wins all 3, could net over $6,000. That's quick math off the top of my head.
Now, do you have any personal, not to favor anybody, you need to be agnostic pretty much, but do you have any predictions? Do you feel somebody in particular is doing amazing?
I mean, it's hard to predict. The course is pretty technical. But we have amazing pilots here, and so I made a bet with the guys in the sound room that work for Zappos and XDC. I said, I'll bet someone $5 that no one on our first heat, race 1, heat 1, makes it around, and none of them would take the bet. And actually, we had one guy do 1 lap, and that was it, because it's pretty technical and challenging.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I almost felt like, and not to offer any criticism there. I mean, as spectacular as it is, and you'll obviously show us a little bit, and then people are going to see the nighttime footage later. But is it too complicated?
No, it's the gates are a little bit bigger than I expected them to be. I mean, I wanted them to be much larger, but they're actually they're a little bit bigger. Once you have an idea of how to do the course, and it's basically you just keep spiraling to the left, up, over the truss, go around the hoop, corkscrew down, and then you just follow the ribs, or I like to call them the fingers, but the guys who designed it don't like me calling it that. And you follow that around. So it's actually once you fly once or twice, you have a good handle. And so there's a few videos out there. So I mean, up on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, XDC Racing, all one word, XDC_2. And also, of course, on our company here, we're trying to do as much social media as possible, which is so far like 3 tweets.
Yeah.
FPV Racing Events, our fan page, and our Twitter.
Yeah.
We actually have footage from May Day. May Day, Vancouver, BC. He's the Armatan pilot, Canadian Drone Nationals 250 champion. He flew with his GoPro last night, posted 1 lap, and it is so cool.
Yeah.
And it was in the dark. Everything's lit up.
Yeah.
And,
no, I think I tweeted that one. I tweeted that one earlier today. So that's amazing. Hey, listen, I'm just gonna plug in my cell phone 1 second. Do we want to get prepped and go take a look outside? Is that are you up for that?
We can do this seamlessly. So
yeah. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna hang on. 1 second here. These people don't want to see my ugly mug. They want to see the amazing Joe Scully. Here we go. Hang on. All right. So you're back on. We're back on here.
So I last time I stayed there, did I? Like,
No, no,
stuff on the wall.
no. And what he's referring to, obviously, is the last time he came in to visit. I live in the hometown of Greg French, the owner of Fat Shark, and his brother David French. How's David doing down there, by the way?
Working like a mule. I let him sleep in a little bit today.
Yeah, well, I think you owe him from the Atlanta show. I think he let you sleep in one morning.
That's true.
Absolutely. So, do you want to take us outside?
Yeah, definitely. So you're going to see a little bit of shuffle up here, and hopefully the Wi-Fi doesn't cut out. So this place is an internet company, and one of the issues that we've had here, I'm walking down the halls in the second wing. We're in what's called a rotunda. It's like two buildings, and then there's some other stuff around it, and that we're going to see here in a second. And we're on the guest Wi-Fi, but the problem is this building is completely surrounded by Wi-Fi.
So it's noisy.
Yeah, so that's caused a little bit of play in our video, a little issue with our video. Might get a little loud. It's quieter now that they were vacuuming here.
All right, cut it there for a second. I'm sure you'll come back. Yeah, so I guess...
Swap my camera here, and there we are. So how does that look to you, all right?
Oh, that's looking great, man. So it looks totally different at night. It almost feels like at night that you're indoors.
It does. So, I mean, I could take you for a heck of a tour here. We'll do the course, we'll do the behind the scenes. As long as we have more than 10 periscope viewers, we'll do it.
Yep.
So this is the Joe, actually the one over there. That's the Joe zone. So that's where I'm standing, and we've created this thing. You know, my background is rodeo.
Yes.
And one of the biggest things that we need to do, because we're down to 6 a heat, is pound these guys through. We need my team's breaking a sweat to do it. So you see these tables?
Yes.
I'm literally doing what we call corral. Like, this is how you haze cattle out of the field. See, wide open area.
Yes.
Pilots come here. So this is Kevin McCleary 11, who was our second overall top pilot at the F3, at the FPV Fall Classic from Ready Made RC. This is his zone. So he, if people need VTXs, he hands them to them. We're doing past the transponder, so he gets them here. And if I need to talk to them, I'm right there. And then they go up to the flight line.
Right.
So we're an extension of the flight line, and then we're using the 6 channels. We got some pretty good separation. And, of course, on all our social media, we've been talking about the super base stations or the land shark double penetrator. That'd be politically correct.
Yes.
So we have those 6 there. We have 6 pilot chairs. And you can start to see here there's a lot of lighting. And there's stuff I didn't even notice, that they're actually putting logos on the stage from above. I didn't notice that until I watched or saw some pictures. That's a bag. We still have to clean up. It's a pretty big mess around here.
Well, let's look
so that's the flight line. Yeah.
This is probably, I mean, the most opulent of executions that I've seen to date. That's for sure. So,
you know, there's always a vision, and so Harrison Gale, the CEO of XDC Racing, it was his vision, and this other company, they're from Arizona, FPV Lightwave. They're the ones that basically took the direction, designed the course. And so all these poles are theirs. And so there's a combination here. So I don't know if you can see that there. This is one of the ribs. So the rib is like, it's a conduit. And to that, he has a little bit of foam. And then inside this foam is LED. So
okay, so basically it's giving a little bit of a light, it's like a filter or dispersion to make it more of a uniform thing rather than a bunch of bulbs.
And, you know, my favorite line at FPV races, I'm not an engineer, I just play one when I'm at an FPV race.
Right.
So I have no idea how this all works. I mean, I don't know if they've manufactured this LED. Now, this is a hoop, your standard hula hoop. So this is a little bit different than the other deal, that the LED is actually inside of that.
Oh, that's amazing.
I don't think you buy it like this. I think they designed it like this, and they've jammed those LED strips inside of it. I mean, he's probably trying to keep this pretty patent pending or whatever he's got. FPV Light Tracks, whatever the guy's company name is. It's out of Arizona. I mean, it's pretty easy to find. So they have LEDs inside of these plastic hoops, and then we have this LED that's covered in silicone to protect it on top of conduit, and that's pretty much what all these things are made out of. There's all kinds of sound and lighting around it as well. There's a power port on this.
Who are some of the best sponsors so far that you've? I mean, all of them are great, obviously, but can you name off some of the main guys?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm just gonna flip my camera around here. I'll do a course walk with you here in a sec.
Sure.
I mean, Zappos, they're the head sponsor, and Tony Heesh. I better learn how to say his name. He's the title. I mean, he's the guy who's basically rejuvenating downtown Las Vegas, right? So where we are, we're just on the edge of Fremont Street, and this is my second time to Vegas in my life. First time we didn't make it to Fremont Street because everyone knows about the Strip. That's kind of where everyone kind of hangs out because old Las Vegas, there's not as many casinos or entertainment and stuff like that. So Tony Heesh, he's bought this building, which is the former Las Vegas City Hall. Made it the headquarters for Zappos, and he's been investing his own personal money in rejuvenating the downtown Las Vegas project. And downtown Las Vegas it's a whole charitable corporation on its own. So those are our two biggest sponsors, and then Vegas.com has been helped out with a lot of the travel and accommodation for crew and those successful pilots. And then many more from there. I mean, those are the big sponsors, and of course we come in with our partners. My three biggest sponsors, of course, Ready Made RC sponsoring our events up in Canada. They helped us with the double penetrators systems. Immersion RC helped with our super base stations as well, and we're working with them, and we're going to have some exciting stuff, I think, next week from Immersion, and Fat Shark as well. So our big three are represented here. We're doing a Fat Shark goggles zone because, like I said, CES, people are coming here from CES, and so we want to put Fat Shark goggles on them, not just because we love Fat Shark and everyone should be wearing Fat Shark, but so that everyone could really get that immersive feeling of FPV. So you ready for your course walkthrough?
Let's do it.
So let me flip. I think I flipped cameras.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to come up in a sec.
That's what she said.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna.
Hang on. For those don't leave. For those who are watching, we've got 5 right now, but I think we'll get a little more activity later when people realize how amazing this particular broadcast is.
It will archive. So I don't know if it's my phone because I got a bunch of notifications. I'm going to reboot the Skype. Just hold tight.
Okay, sure, no problem. All right. Don't leave, folks. We're just having a little quick reboot on the technical stuff here, so we got them coming back in.
Yeah, you got me back?
Yeah, you're back.
All right. Yeah, there's...
yeah, there you go.
So, yeah, there's just way too many notifications on my phone because, a lot of people see, I do a lot of social media and so forth, right? But, when I do an event, my phone goes on the table and, the only way you can push people through, and we are the fastest in the industry for pushing heats through, is we're all hands on deck all the time. Even Drone Fest Canada doesn't tweet much when he's down here. All right, here's your, let's get your course walkthrough. There's our flip. So, okay. Just going to back up a little bit through the rib/fingers. So we haven't rehearsed this by any means, but here's our takeoff zones. We're going to have some Zappos logos and stuff put down here in a little bit. But for practice last night, we just used some black tape. So you actually, where I'm standing, this is where you start. And because we're trying to put so many through in a small course, we called them out one at a time. Their 3 minutes actually start when they hit our start-finish gate right there.
Yep.
So we call them out to space them out, and away they go. So they go up through this little finger area here. They call it the ribs. They're going to punch me in the mouth. So then we go, this is our start-finish gate, and this is our hoop. So this is officially the start of lap number 1. When we do a tone start, though, the clock actually starts when that tone goes. So what I just walked through, the ribs there, that'll actually count. So I'm not giving you the best FPV view of that. So I just walked through the start-finish gate. Now we're shooting up. You can see that right above the, looks like the New Balance logo. That is our first hoop. and it's an exciting one to hit. So you hit that, and then remember, you just keep circling to the left. So we're on the outside. So after you hit our, start finish gate, first hoop, now we hit this big square. When I saw this, I was excited because I asked for big gates here, and that's the biggest, and in a pretty good spot. So still going, we're on the outside. We're actually a little bit closer here in the rotunda, and now we hit this diamond up top. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, so we go the diamond, and we're still going. Now we're going to shoot over to this tower. You see the tower now?
Yep. So
we hit that diamond to the circle. So it's actually, when I'm calling out their track position, it's just like we're playing blackjack or poker. Diamond, circle, diamond, So now we've worked our way right into the center now. So we go our second hoop, which is up on this tower here. Now we're going to come out a little bit. We're going to hit that high diamond in the middle. So we're up high.
Yep.
Like I say, we're spinning to the middle. So then we hit this diamond. There's a lot of diamonds in the air. So after we hit this diamond, we're at I'm going to say the west end. Now we do a little bit of a move here and go up and over the top of the truss, which is right at the sun. So on the top of the truss, we have two rectangles on either side. So you hit that first rectangle, and it's like an air bridge over the top. We have some big screens up there. Now, as we go above that truss over there, now we have another diamond. Why wouldn't we? We got a bunch of them. Might as well use them, right?
Yep.
And then this is really, I'm going to have to move a little bit here on the course because on the side we have more of them ribs, and you don't really see it. So after you come off the truss, then you go, now you're back to the outside top. You're at the third level of this rotunda. See those fingers? The ribs?
Yes.
So the best line on this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's about 7 of them up there. You actually want to hit about the second one in from the left. And you come in, you yaw a little bit, but you can kind of follow those ribs right around, and you hit that hoop right there. There's a bunch of guys that actually physically hit that hoop.
Right.
Security in this place, I mean, it's an internet company with a lot of proprietary information. It's like Fort Knox. So retrieving quads from up there is a little rough, but we're, security clearance to get up there. This whole thing, the roof, the sides, all covered in nets, and nets are, they eat quads.
Right.
So after we hit that hoop, then we basically go.
Hey, listen, if you hit that net up at the top, are you using a cherry picker, or is it staying up there till the end of the show?
Oh no, well you can't, because if the VTX is still on, you lose a channel. So we send someone up in the elevator with a bar, with a long pole with a loop on it, and they retrieve it. Fortunately, we haven't had anyone right up there. We have genie lifts on standby.
Yes.
But we're all about time, so we don't want anyone hitting the net.
Yeah.
If they hit the net, they're taking the entire flight line out to the buffet. Okay, so that's the new penalty we're throwing in there.
Right.
So we're 3/4 of the way, I think, through the course here. So we hit that hoop, and then we come down. We're going to go to the right of the far end of the square truss in the middle. So some pilots are just doing a nice sweeping drop. Other ones will actually do a corkscrew, like they do a 360-degree yaw roll, and that is so that they can scrub speed as they drop into this section right here. So between the trusses, and nice, it's actually about 8 feet between these trusses, into those ribs is where we're going to go.
Hey, you got it right that time.
So yeah, exactly. So from that hoop up top into these ribs, and now it gets a little easier. So you just follow these ribs, and especially at night, this thing is lit up like a Christmas tree. Like, you can't, even I couldn't mess it up. You could probably fly without goggles. That's how easy this section is. So lit up. So then you hit this bottom tunnel, you go through it, and then we follow. This is, I think they said, the only right-hand turn right here. There's a little small one in a chicane. So through the lower tunnel, now we're doing the ribs, sweeping turn to the right, and then we hit another tunnel of hoops. And you can't see it in the light, but
I can see it.
We some of the leads I think are snapped. One guy, I think our last heat, hit all 3 hoops. I don't know how he did it, but he literally crashed the first one out of control, and his quad skipped off the other two.
Oh, did the LED stay intact and still operate? Or?
Yeah. I don't think there's one broken in this.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a broken one, but it was actually it was just where it was twisting in the sun. So we go through the high tunnel. Now we're into the rib chicane. So this is the second right hand turn, the only one, and then into our left hand, and then this should look pretty familiar.
There you go.
That's the start finish.
So what kind of times are you seeing right now through the course?
Our record right now is our times are about in the 40s and 50s, and a 32 and change is our lap record. That's Brain Drain, Brian Morris, with our current lap record. We have a little bit of tech issue that we're working on once my crew gets here with our timing gate. Is sometimes I'll say things 3 times and it doesn't get sink in.
Yeah.
So I said this wasn't going to work for our timing system. They says, oh yeah, it's fine. So it wasn't fine. We ran with it yesterday. Not my crew. My crew was like, let's change it, but
yeah,
we were pushed anyway. So what we have is the timing, the sensors for the infrared. You can see they kind of follow this hoop, and what we were finding is if a pilot was on any sort of angle, this bottom one, which is probably at about 7 o'clock on this the start finish hoop, would actually click you when you cross through the upper circle.
Good.
After you do the circle to the inside, and then you go over the top of the truss, then you go to the outside.
Yeah.
So if they had any sort of an aileron, if they're at 7 o'clock up there, this sensor was getting it. So we're just waiting on a 2x4. We'll fix that, which is nice. It's always nice when you have a problem to know what the solution is. And then the other thing, so this rotunda is completely circled with glass. When you're setting up an FPV race, what are you worried about? Metal, Wi-Fi, and we have those here. That's why we only have 6 channels. And we wouldn't have 6 if it wasn't for the double penetrators.
Yeah.
But the glass. So what happens is the infrared beams were bouncing off the glass over there and getting picked up on our reader when they went through the tunnel section across over there, the lower tunnel.
Amazing.
A couple of guys were doing it. So we, again, nice to know what the problem is and the solution. So we're just going to move that backdrop thing there, put a 2x4 there, and tickety-boo.
Amazing.
Uncle, that's official.
Well, there you go. Well, listen, man. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, there you go. You're back. Yeah, so that's amazing. I mean, we didn't get a huge amount of traction. I think we've had about 20 or 30 people kind of roll through here, but I'm sure this is going to be worth a review later when people see that we've had a personal tour with the race director himself around this amazingly complex and sophisticated FPV racing circuit. Amazing.
Actually, yeah, you know what? They did have a banner nowhere near me, so we should give these guys a love. I'm totally going to figure out a way to do what they did. But these guys are the guys that are leading the revolution for all those LED hoops, the ribs / fingers, and the head guy, and I can't remember his name. I think it's Daryl from FPV Light Tracks. He is literally the designer. And so I know a couple people that have worked with them, that are going to work with him. And it's like, you know about it, being in real estate from Thornbury. You're dealing with an artist, right?
Yeah.
So, but you know what? You give them the direction. And so basically they said it's a small space, and we want hoops and diamonds, give her.
Yeah.
And, I mean, what he built is outstanding. From the rendering, I didn't think it was going to be as flyable as it is. And with the pilots that we have here, this still isn't a course that I would set up at a traditional event, because I think with FPV, you really want anyone and everyone to get out there, be able to fly, and not just do a lap, but finish, have their experience. And my feeling with racing is it's like NASCAR, right? So NASCAR is on an oval or a darn near oval, and the winner is the guy who can do that the fastest. Now, obviously, whoever can do this obstacle course the fastest. So again, if I'm going to do an event where I know there's a bunch of newbies, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're going to do something in Vegas, I mean, this has made a believer out of me. I think it's really hit every mark. It's in Vegas. It's for $10,000.
Everything
I can win like 6.
Everything is over the top there. Everything is just over the
and
top.
these pilots can do it. Like, I don't have all the stats and stuff like that, but I'm going to say, we gave them 2 rounds of practice in a free-for-all, and I'm going to say over half of them, filled the clock. Like they were able to do it. Sometimes they get lost and straighten out. Really good pilots. If you're going to have really good pilots and you really want to do something on a grand stage, this is a heck of a course. And FPV light tracks. The vision with XDC Racing. They wanted to put drone racing as the epicenter. Las Vegas is the epicenter of drone racing and make a statement. I think they stood on the mountaintops across the way and made that statement when they built this thing. And we're excited to get into it. 2 more days, man, of just FPV racing.
Nice. Well, listen, good luck. We'll probably check in with you in another day or so to just get an update on how things are going. But thank you so much for taking time to talk to us.
My pleasure, as always. And the last thing to note, though, so I am literally wearing 4 layers of clothing. Yes, I'm Canadian. I'm in Celsius. I got a long sleeve T-shirt, a sweater, a fall jacket, which is windproof, and my double lined winter.
And I'm just going to show people what we see out here. So I'm just turning around and showing our backyard there. We got lots of snow here. So you're telling me it's cold down there?
Oh my gosh! Like it rained the one time, and someone's like, "It's snowing." It was coming down that slow and stuff like that. Like it was. Oh yeah. It's. There's people out here, especially the guys, the Team Whoop guys from Colorado. They're actually out in T-shirts, and dude, it's like 45 degrees Fahrenheit, like 8 degrees Celsius. Like, I don't know how in the heck they are out.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool. This is Domino's. Let me see if I can catch this in time. Oh, I missed it.
What was it?
The wind is picked up, and so all along the outside of this thing is on the 3rd level is like a rope barrier set up with almost like you see along the wharf.
Yes.
There's a pole and chain.
Oh, did they start going down one by one?
Yeah. The wind is picked up like a son of a gun in here. So, yeah, it is bitter cold, but we're just living the dream.
All right, man.
Is that our stuff blowing over? Yeah. Just a chair. Oh, just a chair?
All right. Well, listen, good luck. Obviously, you got some stuff to contend with there, and I know you're going to have a busy day, so live the dream, as you say.
Yeah, we'll keep on living the dream, all right, Patrick?
Okay, man.
Yeah, we'll hopefully have some more stories and videos here after another crazy day of drone racing in Vegas. Right, Aquabots?
Yo! What's up, brother? Take care, guys.